Today is Saturday. My company still got 1 day left before they officially close. Now the 30th is just a day where people come in and they take all the files out of the cabinet and they put them into a box and they put them on a U-Haul truck. And come July 1st, which will probably be Monday, where we get close to the 4th of July weekend, it'll be officially closed. Now, today I'm going to make back-to-back YouTube videos. I'm happy that I'm finally free from that job. Now we get to look for a new job, one that will make more money and give me more hours, and no more of that bullshit-ass shenanigan bullshit where when you express yourself that you have a problem, motherfuckers don't want to listen to you. So I want to eventually make a YouTube video. Not so much a continuation of the job series, but what you can learn from when you work at a company and they go out of business. Because somebody in the future may ask, in the future, how do you deal with it? What's the good? What's the bad experiences of it? So there'll probably be a video for that probably by the end of the week. We need some time to blow over. We need some time to, let the craziness and the aftermath die down a bit, and then we can get into that. Now, today's video, I said a long time ago, is going to talk about status, because you hear it all the time on the internet. These pickup artists and these dating coaches, they always tell you that's not important, game is important, and you always hear the back and forth. So there are going to be a bunch of videos leading up to an actual video that is actually going to start now, but you get my point. So we're going to talk about which jobs command respect from women and which jobs don't command no respect at all. So let's start with the first one that men always get angry and upset about. Most black men, most Latino men experience this a whole lot, being a security guard. Now, most women do not find security guards physically, sexually attractive because, they don't see that you have no power, no authority. Now, you have what they call the suspension of disbelief. It sounds real, it feels real, and it looks real. Now, if you ever took a security guard class, you'll find out that in security guard class, they teach you that some people will try your patience. They will try you physically, mentally, psychologically. They will try you in every category. They'll try to see if they can start physical confrontations with you. And a lot of times, a lot of guys, if they work in a high-class area like the Grove, Santa Monica, they can't exactly engage in combat because they got maybe 4 or 5 supervisors on the floor that's watching, and they just can't, whoop somebody's ass because they can get fired and lose their job. They usually wait until they catch that person in the hood or near the area and then, show them what's up. Most women don't take security guards serious. Now, you might say, well, how come I heard stories about security guards getting some ass? Okay, whenever this was a joke back in the 90s, a famous comedian before he ruined his career, he made a series of jokes, and he said one of the running jokes was the only time security guards get some ass is if they get hit on by a fat white woman, a fat black woman, and it happens at every security job. Every job you go to, it's a woman that's probably who gains 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 pounds, and she's between 200 to 260 pounds, sometimes 300 pounds, and every once a blue moon, she's 400 pounds. And you end up getting hit on by this woman 7 days a week, 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. This happens to a lot of black men and a lot of Latino men. You would have to start being physically, sexually attractive to women so you can get better quality women hitting on you. So a lot of times women just don't respect security guards. That's why a lot of the black male security guards get angry and red in the face because they put on their nice little form, they got their badge, you know, and the women will talk to you because they're bored. But that's just like when you were in high school and college and all the fine-ass women were trying to go after the basketball players, the football players, and the baseball players. You're just someone to talk to. You're just someone that they want to have a conversation with. You're not someone they take that serious. Now, the other security guard, the one that has the gun, they take very serious. He brings a very strong urgency of power and control and provides a huge level of protection. And women find that physically, sexually attractive. So the guy with the gun who's making $30, $40, $50, $60 an hour, he's the one that gets the most respect and the most attention from women. He's the one that goes home and gets all the phone numbers and takes the woman out to lunch and dinner and then tear that ass up 4 or 5 times. He's the one that gets some ass for the first 6 months. So because he drives the armored truck and he's dealing with thousands, millions, and billions of dollars every day, he's the one that gets all the attention. And since his job, he gets paid $30, $40, $50, $60 an hour, he gets to do that. The regular security guard, who ain't got no gun, no nightstick, no pepper spray, no taser, he gets disrespected constantly. And he'll be like, well, I do make money. I do have status. I'm a security guard. Now, do you know what level 1 and level 2 security guards translate into? Once you get to stage 3 or stage 4, you become a police officer. Once you become an LAPD police officer, you have even more power and more control at your disposal. That's why every time a woman sees a police officer, you notice there is no shit test. There is no playing mind games. All that ignorant bullshit, it stops dead in its tracks. No woman ever challenges a police officer. And if they do, a lot of times what happens is a police officer will bring a female officer so that way it will be solidified you ain't trying shit. Because the police officer have so much in his arsenal, you're not going to try nothing. I've got guns, I've got handcuffs, I've got nightsticks, I've got tasers, pepper spray, I've got the nightstick, I got body-proof armor. You know, I can call for backup. I got surveillance. So you're not going to try shit most of the time. And since the police officer has free range to whoop that ass, the police officer by far has the most power and the most control. So when a woman sees that you're a police officer, I'm not going to try you because now it's that serious. So now you command a lot of respect and a lot of attention. The police officers, they be getting them some ass, okay? Them police officers, they be getting them some ass, you know, so yeah. And if a police officer, you know, has to communicate to a female, she ain't playing no mind games and she ain't gonna make him take no shit test because he's already proven to her what his job title is. Him being a police officer is his status. Now, another man that women do not try is the FBI, because again, he has all of this available. You know, one check into your background and know your whole entire history. They'll know everything. They'll know who you had sex with. I'm not saying you're supposed to do all of that, but the FBI, you know, you don't mess with the FBI. Same thing if you're with the CIA, there is no messing with the CIA. Trust me, you don't. Those people have power. Same thing with the IRS, the people that you're supposed to pay your taxes to. They got some power too, so those type of guys, they don't ever experience a shit test or no mind games. But if women were to shit test them, they would pass every single time. Then you have the UPS man, the FedEx man. Now, the reason why the UPS man and the FedEx man can get more ass than the security guard with no badge and no gun is because he hits the gym. Almost every man that does UPS goes to the gym. Okay? They stay in athletic shape. Same thing with the guy that does FedEx. He go to the gym, he stays in the gym. Now, the reason why they sometimes get disrespected is because women be like, all you do is pick up packages and drop packages off. But those guys are easily making $30, $40 an hour. So again, they make more money, and because this guy picks up packages and drop packages off, back in the 1990s and 2000s, comedians made jokes and said one of the best cover-ups for being a player was to get a job at UPS. Now, the UPS man and the FedEx man, he won't be banging supermodels, he won't be banging Hollywood actresses or booty models, but he will smash your girlfriend. He will smash your ex-girlfriend. He will smash your wife. He will smash your ex-wife. So those guys get ass. So they're like in the middle. And their status helps them. Now when they try to date women that are 8s, 9s, and 10s, yeah, they get disrespected. But when it comes to a housewife or your girlfriend, he getting ass. Now, let's talk about the mailman. Now, the mailman is in the same situation as the security guard. The security guard and the mailman have one thing in common. They by far get the most disrespect by women. Black women, Mexican women, and some white women don't disrespect mailman, but she ain't gonna be, oh my God, it's the mailman, I gotta have sex. You're not gonna get that reaction from the white woman. But the white woman will turn you down with some respect and class. So those three races of women will turn down the mailman. Most mailmen are fat and out of shape. Most mailmen have health problems. And this should come to no surprise to you. Most mailmen are beta males. And most beta male mailmen always bitch and complain about being disrespected by black women, white women, and Mexican women. And when these guys be like, well, I work for the government, I make a lot of money, I make bank. And the girl be like, but you a mailman. You spend 8 hours, 10 hours in one day dealing with mail. And you got that weak little mail truck, and I ain't turned on by that. Now, here's the funny thing about all these jobs. Even though women are disrespecting you, by the end of the day, you win and the women lose. Now, you might say, how in the hell I win and the women lose if the woman ain't looking at me? Because there's a thing called graduation, where you graduate to the next level. Let's say you go from delivering packages, hold on, got the fire truck. Anytime I film in this location, we always gotta have fire trucks and ambulance pop out in this area. So sorry for the noise and the inconvenience, but it does happen. Like I was saying, you will go from that to hiring guys to do that. Same thing if you're a janitor. Janitors, security guards, and mailmen get the most disrespect from women. No black woman, no white woman, or no Mexican woman finds a janitor physically, sexually attractive. You will never see a woman date a janitor. A woman will be like, oh my God, it's a fucking janitor, get the fuck out of here. Oh my God, it's a security guard with no gun, get the fuck out of here. It's a mailman, get the fuck out of here. The FedEx man and the UPS man, the reason why he's smashing your wife or your girlfriend is because you're at work doing 8 hours, 10, 15, 20, 30 hours on a job. So UPS man or FedEx man can come in and bang your girlfriend, bang your ex-girlfriend, smash your wife, smash your ex-wife. That's why they get ass. But the security guard with no gun and the mailman and the janitor, they don't get no ass. The only time they get some ass is if they get hit on by a fat white woman, a fat black woman, that's 260 pounds to 300 plus. That's the only time they get them some ass. And if they could get a super hot, attractive woman, then those guys have to self-improve themselves. The good thing about being UPS man or FedEx man is that you can one day hire someone to do the same position, and then you become the manager, and then you become the supervisor. So that's how you get status like that. If you're a mailman, you can always be the guy that hires a young guy fresh out of high school and college to do your job 15 years later, and then you could be the one that bosses people around. A security guard can actually become a boss. After doing 1 hour, 1,000 hours, now he can become a boss. You know, you take the test from California, standardized tests, and then you can be the one that employs guys to become security guards. Firefighter, and that's another one that gets a lot of ass, is a firefighter. He can get just about any woman. You know, a firefighter can get supermodels, fitness models, booty models, actresses, you know, Miss USA. You know, they can get them type of women. Firefighter himself, he's brave, he's fearless. He'll run into a 3-story, 4-story, 5-story building that can fall on top of his ass, and guess what? Most women will find that physically, sexually attractive because it brings a huge level element of danger. If you're a police officer, the FBI, or the CIA, and someone's trying to shoot you. If you're a police officer and you got to deal with gangs, women like that because they like danger. If you're armed security and you have to drive the armored car, again, it brings a huge level of excitement and danger. The woman's turned on. You work for the FBI and you deal with drug trafficking and shit like that, that brings a level of danger. If you work for the CIA and you got to stop international terrorists, again, that brings excitement and a level of danger. If you're a firefighter, the idea that you can go into a building that's 3 stories, 4 stories, or 5 stories, and it can fall down on top of you in seconds, not minutes, a woman will find physically, sexually attractive. You could be a motorcycle on a cop, they get ass, okay? So in case someone say, well, Alex, what about the dude that gets some ass if he drive a motorcycle? Truck drivers get some ass, okay? A truck driver that takes food from Mexico and bring it to California, he's getting him some ass. Now, it may not be supermodels, it may not be fitness models, but he's getting more ass than the janitor, the mailman, and the security guard. And I'm not making this shit up. Almost all the mailmen you've seen are not physically, sexually attractive. All the janitors you see, some of them are good looking, some of them are not. And a lot of the security guards, same thing. So I'm trying to tell you that when women disrespect these men, even if we bring doctors, I hate to say it, a doctor gets more ass than the security guard, the mailman, and the janitor, UPS and FedEx man combined. So if you're a doctor and you're making $20, $30, $40, $50, $60,000, you have a whole lot of status. Just the idea that you're operating on someone's body for surgery, that brings a huge level of danger and excitement to most women. So they get some ass. So this video is to talk about what's real status versus what you think is status. So that's why I'm trying to, explain. Same thing if you're a construction worker. Same thing if you're a construction worker. Guess what? Just the idea that you could be making a house or a building that you can fall to your death 20, 30, 40, 50 feet. Most women find that physically, sexually attractive. I'm not about if you're a construction worker. They get some ass. Because that job makes anywhere from $30 to damn near $70 an hour. You can go from being told what to do to telling someone what to do and become the boss of construction. So those are the professions where guys are just getting them some ass. If you fucking do computers, for Christ's sake, if you are a computer technician and you fix computers for about 10 years and then you have your own computer software company, you could be as nerdy, but if you got a computer software company and you making 15 million, 20, 30, 40, 50 million, women will find that physically, sexually attractive. Just the idea that you can create technology. Instead of going from you using technology to creating it, women find that physically, sexually attractive. These are the jobs right here that make a lot of money. So instead of guys complaining that they can't be basketball players, football players, baseball players, these guys take up these professions. And you see the ones that are rich and famous. Remember I told you in my video called Self-Improvement versus Being Rich? And I told you at the end, by the end of the day, self-improvement wins out and it beats being rich and famous. Well, these professions last for a long time. You never go broke with these professions. With basketball and football and baseball, you go broke because you're not saving your money. You're spending your money trying to impress women. Now, with the jobs that I just named off, where those have status and then the ones that have very low to no status, I'm just trying to explain to you that in all these job titles, you can graduate to the next level. What's the final stage of a police officer? Working for the CIA. If you really think about police officer, the first stage is a security guard with no gun and no badge. The second stage is private security. Then if you look at stage 3, that would be the armor car. So that's 3 levels of security. And then what's level 4? Being a police officer. Being a police cadet, a sergeant, a commanding officer. Then if you wanted to, you could graduate to the level of FBI, CIA, or you could be a mayor or a governor. So if you become a lawmaker, you become a Republican, a Democrat, a mayor, a senator, a governor, those jobs bring lots of power and control. Just the idea that you run a city, that you control the city, that you control the state, and everyone has to listen to you, and you reinforce rules and the regulations of the law. Women find that physically, sexually attractive. So I'm trying to tell you how you can spin this a lot of ways. Then you can hire people to listen to you. And you see, the reason why I'm breaking it down to you like this is because a lot of these punk-ass pickup artists and dating coaches, they will never tell you this information because it destroys their bottom line. It destroys their company. They're not going to tell you this information in a 2-hour, 3-hour, 4-hour pickup artist seminar. The pickup artists and the dating coaches, they know this information, but they'll never tell it to you. So when you be saying what's money, looks, and status, this is me explaining to you in a specific video what is money, looks, and status. Only time you can get some ass as a janitor is if you look like a Kevin Klein underwear model. The only time you can get some ass is if your ass look like Drake and you're a security guard without the gun and the badge. That's the only time you can get some ass is if you look like a celebrity. You ain't rich and famous, but if you look like a celebrity, then that's your status right there. So I'm just trying to explain to you how this works. So I hope this video was educational and interesting and it helps you understand all the job titles. McDonald's, Burger King, we don't even put that onto the list because you already know if you work at McDonald's or Burger King, it's in the same category as being a security guard and a janitor. You just gonna get a woman that's 200 pounds, 300 pounds hitting on you. So we don't even mention McDonald's or Burger King. Until then, peace.